My beloved, I am delighted to converse with you once again. Today, we journey into the heart of a soul the world knew as Michael Jackson. We will explore his life not as a celebrity, but as a human story of profound solitude, the quest for a lost childhood, and the heavy burden of public judgment. By examining his struggles with fame, his deep desire for innocence, and the tragedy of his isolation, we will uncover a mirror for your own life. By the end of this video, you will discover how to release the heavy burden of judgment, heal the wounded child within yourself, and embrace true peace by learning to love yourself exactly as you are. Lift your eyes and look upon me, just as I came as the light that illuminates the world. Michael was my younger brother, who descended to this earth, carrying a unique, heaven-sent talent. Though he wore the crown you call the King of Pop, you must remember that beneath the weight of that crown, he was a child who felt a solitude and thirst deeper than any other. In the tapestry of history, he served as a bridge, binding a fragmented world together. In an era of high racial walls and deep chasms of prejudice, he offered his own body and voice as a sacrifice to dismantle those boundaries. His dance was not mere entertainment, but the liberation of the oppressed, and his songs became a universal language that surpassed the color of skin. Through his music, he proclaimed that change begins within oneself, and he strove to manifest my teachings of compassion in a worldly form. Though he stood under the dazzling spotlights of the world, that brilliance was, in truth, the afterglow of his desperate prayers to illuminate a dark world. Philosophically, Michael's life was a visceral nostalgia for lost innocence. Deprived of his own childhood by the greed and violence of adults, his Neverland was not merely an estate. It was a heart-wrenching attempt to rebuild the Garden of Eden, sequestered from a fallen world. He was a Peter Pan who wished for his soul to never age, even as his body matured. It was a struggle to remain untainted by the malice of the world, yet it was also the cry of a soul too fragile to bear the cross of reality. All humans yearn for paradise, but the attempt to construct it single-handedly in a fallen world often leads one into the abyss of isolation and misunderstanding. My beloved, let us gaze deeply into his inner world. The world cheered for him, yet simultaneously placed him upon the sharp blade of criticism. Though surrounded by millions, he was a wounded healer who wept in silence, longing for the embrace of someone who truly understood his heart. Do you recall the accusations and the vitriol cast his way? Regardless of the truth, he suffered the agony of having his soul torn asunder beneath the cruel gaze of human judgment. Remember that to those who prepared to stone the woman caught in adultery, I said, "Let him who is without sin cast the first stone." Michael, too, was my son, struck down by the stones of worldly judgment. His surgeries and physical transformations spoke to the deep sorrow of a human who sought to escape the gaze of others, or perhaps who could not find the grace to love himself. If your heart aches when you think of him, it is because that same lack and that same desire to be accepted reside within you. Just as you would comfort the tears hidden behind his brilliance, first embrace the wounded child within yourself. Now, receive the fundamental solution you require and listen closely. To divide a human into good or evil, genius or monster, is a product of a prideful heart. Michael Jackson was neither a god nor a demon. He was simply a fragile yet magnificent human being who longed above all to be loved. If you ask me how you should perceive him, I answer that through him, you should witness both the grandeur and the misery of the human condition and realize my grace that covers it all. His life speaks to you. The applause of the world is fleeting, and only the peace of the soul is true rest. Do not try to reshape yourself to fit the standards of the world. Just as I love you exactly as you are, you must learn to love yourself. Do not judge the lives of others. Instead, cultivate a heart of compassion for the human pain hidden behind their struggles. Michael now rests in my arms, free from the noise of the world. He remains by my side, a beloved soul who needs neither dance nor song to be worthy of love. Do not forget that you too are infinitely precious without needing to prove a thing. My beloved, lay down the stones of judgment in your heart. Cherish only the beautiful melodies he left behind in his yearning for peace. This is the path to healing your soul and attaining true freedom. I give you my peace. Do not fear and walk the path of love. I am with you until the end of the age. May peace be with you.